Reading Golf Club, and thanks Colin for passing the baton to me. I had to think about what to do for you, and I thought what I'd probably do is just share a true story with you. I thought you might find it interesting. Before I moved back to Reading, I spent 10 years living in northwest London, and I was a member of a golf club there called Mill Hill. Now, some of you might know Mill Hill. What I can tell you is it lies on a sort of a triangular wedge of land between the A1 and the M1 motorway. And you actually have to go underneath a subway underneath the A1 from the clubhouse to get to the course. Anyway, point of this story is that I was playing in the winter, one of the winter competitions there. It was foursomes, and my playing partner that I was drawn to play with was a guy called Dave Cook. Dave, lovely bloke, black cab driver, top lad, really, really nice guy, known by his friends as Cookie, but known by his friends at the golf club as Hooky Cookie, because Dave had a hook that was unbelievable. And I just knew as soon as I was drawn to play with him, I was going to spend a heck of a lot of my time on the left-hand side of the course. But, you know, there we go. So we get on the first, and, you know, he teed off, he stuck it down the left-hand side. I hit a half-decent shot, and, you know, we walked off with a 5 for a couple of points. That was okay. Second is a par 3 over a lake, and I hit, did my usual, missed the green. He pitched it on, and, you know, I missed the putt. We, again, walked off with a 4. Now, we got to the third hole at Mill Hill, and the third is right on the extreme perimeter of the course, and you've got the M1 going down the left-hand side there. Anyway, Hooky stepped up, got his driver out, and he's taken a swing at it, and he's hit the biggest, highest hook you've ever seen. It was huge. Goes sailing over the trees in the direction of the motorway. I mean, the only time I've ever seen anyone hit a shot like that was when a member of my 4-ball on a Saturday morning managed to take out a house in Eric Avenue off the second. Imagine that. Anyway, I obviously had to play the provisional and you know, went on. But anyway, that's not really the point of the story. The point of the story is after a round where Cookie and I didn't really do very well, we've walked back underneath the subway, and I can see, as we're coming up the other side, I can see in the car park of the golf club, there's a load of police cars. I thought, oh, blimey, you know, something's obviously gone on. As we're walking up towards the car park, I can see the general manager's out in the car park, and he points to me and Cookie, to one of these coppers. So the copper comes over and he says, "Have you two been playing?" And I said, "Well, yeah, we have. Obviously, we don't wear this kind of get up to just wander around the streets." He said, "Did one of you hit your ball on the motorway?" And Cookie goes, "Oh, yeah." He said, "I'm really sorry, officer, I did." Anyway, the copper he's not happy. He said, "Do you realise your ball went through the windscreen of someone driving on the motorway? That caused them to actually crash into the central reservation. The car flipped over onto the other side of the motorway, caused a big pile-up." Cookie's like, "Oh, I can't believe it." He said, "Yeah, and what's more than that, the train line that runs alongside was obscured by smoke as a result of this accident, causing the train driver to go through a red signal and plough into the back of a freight train, causing a derailment. And basically, the M1 is closed coming out of London, and the train line is closed coming out of London. You know, you have caused absolute carnage, sir. What do you think we should do about this?" And Cookie has a think, and he's not happy. He's had a think, and he said, "Yeah, do you know what, officer? I think I might try opening my stance a little bit." Well, we did ask for it. Right, I'm going to pass the baton to Mr. Darren Brent. Come on, Dids, show us what you got.